race day. Enduro race. I entered expert, which is the highest I can enter, which makes me like way more nervous. Usually I go into a race, I'm not nervous at all. I'm just there to have fun. But you put me in that category, I feel like I have to perform to a certain level. So I'm very nervous. I need to get out there and practice today and try and just learn every inch of the course. Apparently, it's 6 laps. First person to finish 6 laps wins. And they say it should take about an hour and a half for experts. So we shall see. I guess I'll just see you at the race. No point in driving and vlogging because that's just not safe.
Poquitito, rápido. Poquitito.
Se le zafó el pie del freno.
Sí, está
El
bien.
brinco. Y casi.
Fucking send it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna go eat some food at the restaurant here. Get some rest. See ya.
Okay, so actually this is not the race lap. What happened was my little GoPro mount actually snapped off, and luckily my wife was able to find the GoPro on the track. So this is my final practice lap, and yeah, so it's a good lap. It's still pretty good speed. There's a couple of moments where I make a mistake, but overall it's pretty good. Really excited about this section through here. I really like the rallycross. It's like the first time I was ever able to do anything like it, and I was the only person that was wheeling over the tires. They're all like, you don't need to do that, it's not as fast. Well, yes it is, don't be stupid. Of course it's faster to wheelie over tires instead of having your front tire throw you around. Rant of the day. Well, oh, actually not really. So anyways, for the actual race, I got a horrible start. My bike was spittering and sputtering for the first, I don't know, maybe like 300 meters, which means that I had no chance of a whole shot, no chance of keeping up with the front pack. I ended up mid to lower pack for the first lap and just having to pass person after person after person because the bike was just not happy. So it sucked. But that's not even the worst part about the race. The worst part about the race, the part that really, truly, genuinely frustrates me and really just takes the wind right out of my sails, is that I trained really hard for this. As you guys know, you've been watching, you see all the videos, and I did pretty well. I ran 10-minute laps pretty consistently. If I hadn't had a fall or something, of course that's going to add some time, but on average, I averaged it out. It was around 10 minutes. Sweet. So come the 5th lap, my wife is on, there's 2 loops. There's the beginner loop, and then there's the expert loop. And for part of them, they're both the same, and then there's a split. And there's a big sign that says, expert loop, go right. Expert and inters go right. Beginners go left. Very clear, no possible chance anyone could mistake it. Anyways, so my wife is to the right. She's on the expert loop, and she's cheering me on, and she yells to me on the second to last lap, look, you've got this. That's number 3. That's the 3rd spot. Go get him. So I do. I go, and I push. And I get the guy. I passed him. I yeeted it over some rocks. It was a dangerous pass for me. I didn't come anywhere near the guy. I just made a very uncomfortable move. Just as I had made an uncomfortable move on this climb, I passed someone on the left there. It's a race. I was racing, and I was really pushing my comfort zone to do these things. And yeah, so these ruts were made by the beginners, and they're really difficult. During the race, I just kind of went faster and rode the wall. I made that pass, so I come across the finish line just feeling like, heck yes, my first expert level race, I just got 3rd. I just podiumed. And they're like, hey, congratulations, here's a medal. Now park your bike over there. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then the guy comes over and he's like, congratulations on your 7th place finish. I was like, what? How did I get 7th place? And then out of nowhere, I hear some guy come screaming, yelling down the hill, yelling. People were cutting the course. And he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, they were going the beginner way. A lot of people were just going the beginner way and taking the easy route. So basically, I risked it for the biscuit to try and get third, and then I finish in 7th place because 4 people, at least, in my category, and they did it in the intermediary category as well, apparently, that 4 people had cut the course so drastically that I ended up going from 3rd place to 7th place. Now, I'm not going to make any money off of this. This isn't, I don't have sponsors that are giving me money for this, so it's not like financially I'm hurting or anything for it, but it's just like, good God, like, so frustrating. You can see here, this section was a bottleneck during practice because it was, the beginners were just like stopping in the middle of it. They were just like, well, I'm stuck, so I'm just gonna stop here right where the line is. And the only thing I could do here was to just struggle and make it through. In fact, I'm going to cut it or speed this up. So this takes 3 minutes because I am properly stuck because the line is just occupied. So anyways, even with my 3-minute fiasco here, which I eventually in the race, none of that didn't happen. You can see here, there's the sign: experts right, novice left. And the people who were cutting the track were just going left there. So everything from this point on, they just were not doing. And it's so infuriating to know that you put in all the work and all the time, and then some people are just like, you know what, I don't feel like doing that. I entered a class that, and I want to win. I entered experts, and I'm not an expert, so obviously I don't have the skills to do that part. I'm just gonna skip it. And instead of saying, hey, I didn't actually do the course, sorry, I can't take that from somebody else, they took it and they're like, yay, look at me, I'm on the podium, or cool, I got 4th place, 5th place, 6th place. It's like, no, you didn't. It's so infuriating. So obviously the organizer knows about it now, didn't expect it. He was so confused. He's like, why would they enter expert if they had known, if they didn't plan on doing it? And we're kind of just like, yeah, dude, but that's how it is. So that's my rant. Really disappointed in this race. This was without a doubt the most well-marked race. It was put together super well. It was really fun. Everything about the race was amazing. It was actually the best race that I've ever been to as far as the organization and being put together. But it's just like how that's such a bad thing to happen, and then just to be like, we can't prove it because they can't, and sorry, it was horrible, and it really took the wind out of my sails. So the only thing I can do now is fix the bike, because every race, obviously, when you're pushing and you're hitting rocks and you break the bike. The only thing I can do now is fix the bike and get ready for the next one. So yeah, frustrating. It's been a day now of just trying to get over it and move on, but it's still just it still irks me, So I'm gonna go ahead and end it off there for the voiceover part of it and let you guys finish watching the expert loop, the loop that apparently the majority of people thought was not necessary, even though they signed up for it. So what can you do? Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day and get out there and race, or at least get out there and ride.
Fuck you, tree. Entire bout, bitches!